Hello, this is Short Me Tina at shortmetina.com, doing a quick video recap for ticker symbol AERI. So right now what I'm looking at is the minute chart for the past 10 hours. So this stock actually did a real good song and dance today, huh? So I guess out the gates, it exploded anywhere from the previous day's close or day's range of around $21, and it shot up all the way to a high of 34, almost hitting 35 before selling off for the remainder of the day, and it landed at around 30.59. So there's a couple of things. So this is a very dynamic sort of chart in stock, right? So there's a lot of things going on. It exploded early in the morning, gaining something like 14 or 15 points, which is a lot. And it did sell off from the early morning towards the ending of the day. So typically when I see a sell-off like that, I'd say to myself, well, very bearish, because it did nothing but decline for the day. But the simple fact that it gained about 14 or 15 points, in the matter of a day, and it only shut off, or it only sold off about three or so points, indicates to me that there wasn't a lot of selling. Would I buy at these levels? No. Will the stock decline tomorrow? I don't know, but the fact that the sell-off wasn't so intense, it tells me that there's a possibility, not necessarily tomorrow, but there's a possibility this might run one more time. So let's go back a little bit more. Let's go to the daily and let's look at the last 12 months. So if you look at the last 12 months, you can see we're actually trading at 12-month highs here, right? So we have to go back a little bit further to kind of see the stock's history in terms of support and resistance levels. So I'm going to look at the weekly. We can go back about 4 years. So the chart, clearly this is not typical chart. This is like very crazy sort of trading action. And if you look at any pharmaceutical company that's bringing a drug to the market or it's engaging in sort of clinical trials, the stock looks like this, right? You get positive data on a particular trial, and then the stock runs because there's a lot of promise behind the potential drug once it gets to market. And that's kind of what you saw here. And I'm pretty sure if I looked back at the news, that's what I was seeing here. But anyway, this so this is kind of where you have to pay attention. So if you're gonna be long this stock, obviously know that any sort of disruption in trials, any sort of hiccup, and the stock typically tends to sell off. But this stock has actually been hanging on for, I would say, a fairly long time. Outside of this, it's been trending up for the most part, trending up. So for me, I wouldn't buy at these levels. If I was actually to enter this trade, for me, I would wait for that pullback. I would wait for the pullback, not quite at the breakout area around here, because it might not get there. I'd probably buy this stock, and I already did sort of my song and dance before coming on the mic. That's why I'm just giving you levels without showing you exactly what I did. But when I looked at the chart, for me, the best place to actually get in this stock would be around here. Around, not necessarily 24, but 23, 25. So I would actually wait for a sell-off if I was to long this stock and probably enter it around 23, 25, stopping out, a little bit below that. So where do I think this stock potentially can go? Well, first it always needs to pass the previous high. So that means the high of today, 34.68. The stock definitely needs to pass that before it can run. If it passed 35, well, pardon for 2 seconds, I have like a gazillion notes here, because again, I said this stock is pretty dynamic. There's a lot going on. So simple support levels. If I was to buy this stock, I would buy it at 23, anywhere from 23 to 25. If the stock can pass 34.68, the first level of resistance I think it's going to run into. The second level of resistance I see is around 37.38. The stock has never gone that far, but again, I did my whole technical analysis chart reading thing, and based on what I was seeing, 37.38 would be where I see this stock going if it can pass today's high of 34.68 and also a high of around 35.60, 35.80, the high around here. So those are the level of resistance I would pay attention to. I wouldn't necessarily buy the stock here. I'd wait for a sell-off. Perhaps you'll get it tomorrow, maybe next week. And I try to get in at a sweet spot. The sweet spot would be around low to mid 20s. Shortmetina, shortmetina.com, doing a technical analysis of ticker symbol AERI. Follow.